Feels like I haven't done that standard YouTuber intro in a while, so let's give it a shot here. You ready? I'm kind of rusty, so bear with me. What is up, testes? It's your boy. How are you all? I trust you had a wonderful weekend. There's a bit of news to catch up on. I've been kind of slacking here, but let's hit it today. I want to start with the Nautilus, which is the most recent thing. There's the 890 jump, which is huge. It's a massive ship. I know a lot of people made videos about it already. I guess I will make a video about that next, but let's start with the Nautilus. And unless you've been living under a rock, this was the big ship reveal that recently came out in Frankfurt. Now, there was an event that was open to a concierge and above. You had to pay 275, correct me if I'm wrong, was 275 for a ticket to attend. And then once you attend, they pitch you with the whole thing. We'll get back to these glorious characters in a second. So here it is. The page is now available to everyone, and this is the new Minelayer ship. Now, this is a new category of ship that we've not yet had in Star Citizen, and I've been a bit skeptical about mines as a game mechanic, although this was mentioned in a stretch goal way back. I don't know whether it was 7 or 8 million. It's a very old stretch goal where they gave us a list of ships and asked us which ship would you like to see, and a Minelayer was one of the options. It didn't win at the time, but it's definitely been on their radar for a very long time. So let's go over what this ship is, what it can do. Actually, you know what? Before we get them, and you've seen these videos before, right? So I want to focus on something else, and it's this, the event in Frankfurt. Now, these glorious specimens here, that's Printimus sporting my hairstyle, and that's Mark Sand next to him. They attended the event, and that was quite an interesting feedback we got from them. Printimus is currently in a Navy base in Spain, so he just scooted over to Germany. Mark Sand's from the Netherlands, so they are, I guess, local to Europe in a way. Look at this guy wearing the top hat in the background. What a pretentious douche. I would totally do that too if I had that hat. Very cool. So beginning with, I guess, the swag that you got. So here's Printimus that got a pen, and you get this Goliath mouse pad. So look, 275 is an expensive little event, but you got a lot of swag for it, and you get to meet cool people like Mark Sand, I guess. So here's the Goliath mouse pad he got. He also got a shirt with Nautilus branding on it, and a bunch of badges, and the Gladius pin, and that is cool. Chairman's Club coin. I would actually pay for that coin. I like to collect those things. So Printimus, if you want to get rid of that, if it's too heavy to carry with you, I'll gladly take it off your hands. And they got a t-shirt. I guess this is the back of the t-shirt showing the actual ship itself. Very cool. A Chairman's Club book, I guess. I don't know what's in it, or maybe it's a blank book for you to use to scribble down your thoughts and feelings. A diary, perhaps, and a bag with the logo on it. Very nice. And oh, this was the dinner. Apparently the food was very good. Here we see Mark Sand and Printimus. I can't, looking to say, recognize anyone else in the crowd there. There's a guy with a top hat again. Very cool. And oh, okay, here's this is Shap from ADI. Very cool dude. When we were in CitizenCon, we put up our big test banner, and there was a window behind it, and the light was coming through, which made it kind of translucent. And we were shit, like we paid so much money for this stupid banner to come up. And Shap, who does these kind of convention stuff for a living, says, "I got you, bro." And he gave us this black plastic to black out the banner from the back. So he saved us that. So Shap, thank you very much for that. Very cool dude. And good to see that he hung out with everyone there. So let's get to the actual ship itself. And here we go. So as I said, I had my reservations about a Minelayer. And first of all, I love the design. Very sleek, very long looking. Reminds me of Mass Effect in a way, with these massive guns in the front. More about that in a second. So this is a strategic Minelayer. Now it does come with 3 different kinds of mines. You get the homing mine, which will move in and attack a ship if it's within range. You get this shooty mine, which will shoot guns, as you can see, if something gets in range again. I don't think these things will put out too much damage, but there will definitely be enough of an annoyance that if you run into it, you definitely don't want to stick around, because they will dwindle down your shields. And then you get this Nemo drone sticking with the Nautilus, with the aquatic theme. that this Nemo drone will essentially go out and neutralize mines. So if you come across a minefield, you send this guy out and he'll go and neutralize mines. Okay, so we've got the bases covered. Not only is this a kind of an offensive but also defensive ship that you definitely need in your fleet. Exploring the Nautilus, you see the different decks, main deck, sweep deck. Now the guys at the event said they saw a bit of the interior and it is almost done. The ship is almost ready to fly, probably will be out very soon. And here we see some pictures. The bridge, very nice looking. I guess is engineering. Love the colors there. It's all dark and kind of warm looking. Good job there. We saw that picture already. This is a good picture. Gives you a sense of the scale there. So, I mean, check out these guys. Hey, go back. I mean, look at this guy standing down here. You can see how big. In fact, this is just a tad longer than the hammerhead itself. So, design-wise, I'm surprised about the size of it. Not surprised about the price of it. We'll get to that soon too. But you can see how these little characters, there's one guy over there, there's another guy over there. So a pretty big ship for a Minelayer. And defensive, offensive weapons there. Let's take a look again. Sense of scale. See how small the people are compared to the actual ship itself. And here we see a image of it dropping or deploying mines. And here come the mines out of these sections over here and over there. I guess there's one at the bottom, two right over there. And that's how you deploy the mines. Excuse me. How many mines it has, we don't know yet. We'll check. I think it's going to be in the Q&A. And here's a picture of my favorite ship. You know, my Kraken poster right there. You know, the more I see the large ships, and especially the 890 jump, the more I think the Kraken is going to be exactly my style of ship, the design of it and everything. So, Kraken moving through a minefield here. Nice action shot. How dare you damage the Kraken? And here we see these the turret mines shooting up a Vandal blade there. And a couple of these mine layers in action, mining an area. Here we see some action shots of the big S7 cannons. You know, on the S7 cannon, here's the thing. I did not buy this ship. Reason being is that if I'm piloting a ship, I want to control some weapons at least. And these S7s is a manned or are a manned turret. Not that it's make or break. I mean, I wasn't in the market for a Minelayer myself personally. But if those S7 cannons were pilot controlled, I'd probably be all over this. Not a make or break for most people, but just my personal opinion on that. Massive guns, and there's a little turret with a turret gun that sits over there. Nice ship. I think this definitely speaks to me on many levels as far as design goes. It's sleek, it's low profile, it definitely can dish out damage, and being a mine layer and also a minefield remover gives it a very unique position in the verse. So there's a brochure, you probably read through that already. No reason to go through it. There's a little mini game that came out, which is cute. It's kind of a minesweeper type thing. You can play against another player or a bot. And let us get, okay, if you do buy this with cash, you get a unique serial number. Important to some people. In fact, Printimus was saying at the event, the guy sitting next to him whipped out his phone and tried to buy these right away because he wanted the very low serial numbers. And his bank stopped the transaction and they called him back to go, someone from Germany is trying to make you buy internet spaceships, and he had to actually justify and say, yeah, it's me. I'm actually trying to do that. I know, crazy, right? But good on the bank for catching that. So here we go. It is a standalone for $725 cash or $675 if you are using store credit, and there's a bunch of merch comes with it. Shirts, there's a mouse pad. You know what? I'm very tempted about this mouse pad. I'll think about that. And cool t-shirts, everything else. And that's it. So I would like to know exactly how sales went from this. This is a rather niche ship. Let me drop by. Let's check out the funding for a second. And no, where to go? Come back. And let's take a look at how much came in from this. So, holy shit. Who designed this? There we go. It's almost as if they don't want you to see the funding. All right, not bad at all. I don't know why you'd hide that. So here we go. Over $500,000 sold on the first day, and let's call it $240,000 on the second day. Another $150 now. So, you know, they'll make $1 million in sales from this single ship, which is damn impressive, keeping in mind how long this has been ongoing and the fact that people are still buying ships at the rate they are. I mean, there's Kickstarters out there right now that are trying to raise $50,000 for a game. And here we have Star Citizen, raking in $1 million just from selling a Minesweeper. So definitely speaks volumes about their business model and how it's still working after all these years, which is good to see. Now, there will be a Q&A coming up on the Minesweeper itself, the Nautilus. And I thought we'd go check out what some of the questions, the top voted questions on that are so far. So the top one coming from Falk Shoots. And he's asking, how long is each of the mines' lifespan? Yes, great question. Because if you go mine an area, how long does mine stick around? I guess we'll find out soon. There's the top voted question at the moment. Do they, and if, how long they persist during logout, during crash desktop? Actually, these are very good questions. If you log out the game, do they persist? They'll have to. It's impossible that they'll only exist while you are logged in. Well, I'm not going to answer the questions. We'll leave that to CIG. Deadweight asking, are drone bays like the one in Nautilus universal such that they can equip, repair, or fuel drones? Good question, but I would say no. I would say this ship is specifically made for mines. I don't know why I'm answering all these people's questions. Hey, let's do this. I can answer the questions. I just spoke to Chris on the phone a second ago, and he gave me the answers. What is the rationale behind the near capital-sized mine layer that only has 24 mines to use? Well, the rationale would be ATPBX that you can't have unlimited mines, there's to be limited, and you have to keep the defensive and offensive stats in line with other ships in similar classes like the Polaris, which has, I want to say 12 torpedoes. I must be wrong on that, but you can't give one ship massive amounts of firepower and not the next ship that's going to be some power creep coming up. Will the mines communicate data back to the mothership? Interesting question. Since the mine's able to track and follow a target, can they operate in atmosphere only in 0G? I suspect it will only be 0G. The thrusters will most likely not be strong enough for atmosphere. Could a stealth ship bypass the mines relative ease? They should be able to, because the mines will most likely lock onto infrared or something along that spectrum, I am guessing. Okay, well, look, let's leave this to CIG. I'm not going to answer the questions, but they're up there. You can find the link easily by searching for the Nautilus Q&A, and if you have a question, please post it up there. CIG will be making up a Q&A session to answer the most important questions about that. All right, that pretty much covers the Nautilus. Looking forward to the Q&A being answered. Let me know, what are your thoughts on the Nautilus? Did you buy it, or are you skipping this? Post below, let me know. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video with the 890 jump. Take care.